Lesson 13.9, converting ellipses into conic form. So we are going to do some version of completing the square. What you need to do is group your x terms together. So I'm going to put 9x squared minus 18x. I'm not going to put plus blank yet because I don't want to ever do that until this is just a 1x squared. So I'll be actually factoring out that 9 here in a minute. First step, I'm just rearranging the terms. So I have my x squared, my x, and then my y squared, my y, and then I always move the constant to the other side. So now it's positive 71. Okay, so out of these two terms, it's not like completely taking a GCF because you don't want to take the x out. You just want to do the GCF of the coefficients, the numbers. So we're going to actually factor out a 9, and then we're going to have times x squared minus 2x, and then you could go ahead and put your plus blank. And then bring down your plus. Same thing here. We're not taking out a y, but we're going to take out a 16 and have y squared minus 16 goes into 64 4 times plus blank equals 71 plus blank plus blank. Get my perfect square number here. I'm going to take negative 2 divided by 2. That's negative 1. Square it. That becomes positive 1. But be careful here. I'm not just adding 1 to this side. Because this is in parentheses and there's times 9 in front, 9 times 1 makes this a 9 that I'm adding. So I need to add 9 to this side. Another way you could show this is instead of just putting plus blank, you could put plus a 9 times blank. So then you could put your 1 there and know, hey, I'm adding 71 plus 9 times 1, which is 9. Either way. Same thing here. I could have plus 16 times blank. Either way. For this perfect square number, I'll take negative 4 divided by 2, which is negative 2, and square it, which is 4. 16 times 4 is 64, so I could put that here, or the 16 times 4 on this side. So then my job is to factor. I'll have 9 times, this will be x minus 1, quantity squared, plus 16 times y minus 2, quantity squared, equals 71 plus 9 is 80. 80 plus 64 would be 144. Okay, then I'm ready to get rid of this 144. I always want this number on the right side of the equal sign equal 1, so I would have to divide this by itself to make that equal 1, and then I've got to divide these two by 144. Okay, so I'm going to have to come over here. I want to simplify 9 over 144. You could go ahead and do 9. Let me clear this stuff out. 9 over 144. That's going to give you a decimal, of course. Change it into a fraction like that. Or you could just go on and flip it in your head and know that's 16, so this is 1/16. So I would have x minus 1 quantity squared over 16, because it's 1/16, plus, I'm going to do that again here, 144 divided by 16 would be the 9. So this is 1/9. So y minus 2 quantity squared over 9 equals now 1. This is what I want. This is conic form, where I have x plus or minus number being squared over something, plus y plus or minus number being squared over something equaling 1. That allows me to pick out the center. That allows me to see my a and b terms. That would allow me to get my length of my axes, all that good stuff. So then you're done. All right, let's try another one. We're going to rewrite them so that I have my x squared term and then my x term. Don't write plus blank yet. And then my y squared and my y term. And then move your constant to the other side. So now that's positive 44. Okay, so now I'm going to factor out the GCF of the numbers. So I'm going to take out 25. So I get x squared plus, that'd be a 4x plus blank. I'm going to go ahead and fill that blank in. 4 divided by 2 would be 2. 2 squared is 4. Okay, over here I'm going to take out a 9. And that'll leave me with y squared minus 6y. 6 times 9 makes 54 plus blank. I'm going to go ahead and do that number 2. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3 squared is 9. And then 44 plus, again, you could do 25 times 4 to figure out, okay, well, I'm really having a 100 on this side. Or if you want to do 25 times blank plus 9 times 9, or I just know that that's an 81. Okay, then my job is to factor. So this would be an x plus 2 quantity squared plus 9 times y minus 3 quantity squared equals, is that 100 plus 81 plus 44 is 225. Okay, and then my last step is to divide by 225, so I can make this be a 1 and divide both of these parts by 225. So again, I'm going to do 225 divided by 25 just so I can know what fraction that is. So 25 is a ninth of 225, so this would be x plus 2 quantity squared over 9. Same thing here, 225 divided by 9 is 25, so this is 1/25. Now that equals 1. A little hint here is that 25 times 9 should make 225, so that when you simplify these, you'll always get the opposite number. So this was 1/9, whereas this was 1/25. Kind of cool. It's like a fact family here. And again, this would allow me to pick out the center, to graph it, all that good stuff. So that is converting into conic form.